Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. 49ers perfect move in 2025 NFL Draft. The San Francisco 49ers addressed 11 needs during the 2025 NFL Draft. General Manager John Lynch and company aggressively bolstered the defense from April 24 to 26, including luring in Michael Williams. The edge rusher arrived at number 11 despite a curveball suggestion from Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated. Breer believed wide receiver Tataroa McMillan of Arizona would be a better fit at that spot. McMillan, however, landed early to the Carolina Panthers at number 8. Many experts have since sounded off on the 49er selections. Mel Kiper Jr. of ESPN handed the 49ers a B grade, including liking the Williams pick, who he believes sets the tone for this class. The class will likely hinge on whether Michael Williams can become a force on the other side of Nick Bosa, Kiper said. However, the 49ers' top selection isn't the perfect move the franchise made on draft weekend. There's a day 3 selection who fits the perfect narrative for good reason. The Indiana Hoosier star interior defender landed at 113th overall. West's selection started off a stellar and aggressive day 3 of the draft, which included adding his IU quarterback teammate Curtis Rourke. West emerged as the 5th straight defender Lynch and company grabbed. That marked the first time since the 1981 draft the 49ers pulled something similar. So West isn't twitchy like Williams, or brings the girth of 6'6", 332-pound second-rounder Alfred Collins. But West has consistency and disruption written all over him. The 6'2", 317-pounder became easy to spot in the IU trenches. Just look for number 8 clogging running lanes or emerging as the first stuffing the backfield. West blew up offensive line since 2021. He piled 52 total tackles at or behind the line of scrimmage in his career. No other Football Bowl subdivision, FBS, player delivered that feat. He proved he can thrash the Big Ten trenches too. The Kent State transfer tallied 8 tackles for a loss in his lone season at IU. This is a D.J. Jones-like move for the 49ers. Jones wasn't a household name compared to Nick Bosa or past beloved 49ers defender Arik Armstead. But he was quick, disruptive and hard to move. Jones piled 10 tackles for a loss in 2021, his final season with the 49ers. West looks like a slightly taller version of Jones. His top trait is reading the lateral movement of guards and centers. He dismantles plays from there, especially the designed stretch runs. The ex-Golden Flashes and Hoosier star brings a toolbox of hand moves to counter blockers too. San Francisco defensive line coach Chris Kirk will likely fawn over this unique skill from West, his knack for redirecting his hand technique. West aborted quickly from his swim move attempt, then resorted to the push-pull during Shrine Bowl practice. He still gained penetration and won the rep. Bosa and Williams will seal the edges moving forward. But the 49ers must improve their 18th ranking against the run. West is the perfect guy to change those fortunes. The best 49ers undrafted free agent signing that nobody is talking about. The San Francisco 49ers onboard a total of 6 undrafted free agents following their 11 selections from the 2025 NFL Draft. One of the 6, former BYU cornerback Jacob Robinson, is a player fans should monitor as he navigates his way toward a roster spot in year 1. The 5'10", 165-pound defensive back is undersized, yes. And there'll be question marks about his durability when tasked with matching up against bigger, stronger pass catchers in contrast to the ones he regularly faced at the collegiate level. That said, Robinson proverbially punches above his weight class, displaying a willingness to take on bigger-bodied wide receivers in coverage. UDFAs have a significantly tougher path to a 53-man roster than drafted rookies. While the Niners have plenty of roster spots up for grabs, it's likely they'll give their drafted defensive backs, Upton Stout and Marquez Sigel, much more leeway in surviving cuts later this summer. Both of those backs are smaller in stature, too, so Robinson's size shouldn't be held against him. Plus, during coordinator Robert Saleh's first tenure in San Francisco, the 49ers inked veteran nickel cornerback Quan Williams to a sizable free agent deal, and his lack of size wasn't a problem then. What Robinson lacks in size is made up for in both experience and ball-hawking mentality. A four-year starter at BYU after transferring over from Utah State in 2021, Robinson tallied 11 interceptions and notched 21 pass breakups. He also wasn't afraid to get into the backfield, notching 9 tackles for a loss over a 5-year span. Saleh doesn't mind sending nickel corners on blitzes, so it would appear Robinson fits the mold of a defensive back who doesn't mind getting dirty in the tackling department. Those traits will serve him well, and there's a reasonable chance he carves out a spot on the 53-man roster in year one. Steelers linked to $180 million QB amid Aaron Rodgers drama. As the NFL offseason continues to drag on, quarterback Aaron Rodgers remains a free agent, with the Pittsburgh Steelers emerging as one of his only remaining options if he chooses to play. As the four-time MVP continues to not make a final decision, it puts the Steelers in a tricky position with Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, and Will Howard, who they drafted in the 6th round, as the only quarterbacks heading into 2025. However, while appearing on The Pat McAfee Show, NFL insider Ian Rappaport revealed that Atlanta Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins could emerge as a new option. If he leaves Atlanta, where might he go? Rappaport said. If your good friend Aaron Rodgers does not go to Pittsburgh, I think that would be a possibility. Of course, Cousins did find himself struggling in 2024, starting in 14 games, completing 303 of 453 passes for 3,508 yards, 18 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, most in the NFL, and an 88.6 passer rating. The poor performance on the field led to him losing the starting spot late in the season to Michael Penix Jr., who the Falcons had just selected with the number 8 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. However, there's no doubt that he has proven to be a valuable starter in the NFL, and in 2021 for the Minnesota Vikings completed 372 of 561 passes for 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and a 103.1 passer rating. Of course, another big piece for the Steelers to potentially pivot from Rodgers to Cousins is the willingness to take on his 4-year, $180 million contract, which would keep him with the team through the 2027 season. And you, fan? What do you think about Kirk Cousins' situation? Write to us in the comments.